All right, so today we are going to talk about how to cite works in a text. So if we're putting evidence in and we have to cite it, how do we do that in the body of our essay? I like to use the Purdue Online Writing Lab website for my research resources. It is Purdue OWL, Purdue is the name of the university, and OWL is for Online Writing Lab. It's pretty easy to find. You scroll down and you click on Research and Citation, and it's going to give you all kinds of options. So now there are two biggies in the Research and Citation format. The first would be APA, or American Psychological Association. You're going to use that if you are in a scientific or research field. The other is MLA. That is mostly used, it's Modern Language Association. It's mostly used in the humanities like English and history. So that's what we're taking a look at today. So you can go ahead and you can click on MLA, and they've got all kinds of resources here that you can just scroll through to get the hang of it. So the big thing that we're talking about today for using MLA is how we use it to cite information inside of a text. So we talked the other day about how we embed things. So our three options were direct quotation. So you're using the exact words from the text, putting it in quotation marks. Paraphrasing, you're taking the idea from the text, but you're putting it in your own words. And summarizing, you're explaining all of the main ideas from a text in your own words. It's going to be a bit shorter than what you'd be reading otherwise. Those are the three primary ways. Here's a couple of ways that we can cite those in the body of the text. Most important thing right off, we always give credit. We always give attribution to the author or authors. So if this was my evidence, Wordsworth stated that romantic poetry was marked by a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Right there, we've got our author, that's Wordsworth. We've got our direct quote. You can tell because it's inside the quotation marks. So we know that Wordsworth said spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. After the quote, ended a sentence, before the period, we have these weird looking things here, the parentheses. This is called a parenthetical citation. Let me tell you what this means. That means that on page 263 of a work by William Wordsworth, he said, spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Now, you're going to have a works cited page at the end of your work that shows me which thing that Wordsworth wrote I should look at to find that quote on page 263. But when you combine the works cited page with that parenthetical citation, I know where to find your evidence. All right. Now, maybe, just maybe, we don't want to have Wordsworth in the actual sentence, right? Maybe we still want to have our direct quote down here, spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings, but we want to just lead into that with romantic poetry is characterized by the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. I still got to give Wordsworth credit, right? So I'm going to put the name of the author or authors in the parenthetical citation. It's still there in parentheses after the quote, before the period at the end of the sentence, but now I've got the author and the page number. So I know that on page 263 of a work by William Wordsworth, he said spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. All right, I can just go down to your works cited page and find that work by William Wordsworth. Now, say I don't actually want to use a direct quotation. I'm still paraphrasing. You know, it works the same way. You put the author. Now we have this paraphrase right here. And at the end, it's going to be a little tough for me to write down the bottom of the screen, but you have the parenthetical right there, 263 in parentheses. All three